What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Strung Out. And we're returning to the Element of Sonic Defiance. Thank you as always to Paulie. And the next track is Razorblade, which sounds violent and dangerous, or at least very sharp. Of course, Razorblades have more, let's say, functional or innocuous uses, but they are often invoked when someone is talked about in the manner of killing themselves, using a razor blade on your wrist. Of course, razor blades can also be used when it comes to drug use, so I feel like there's any number of options here, but they all sound very intense and very sharp, both literally and in terms of the psycho-emotional state or cognitive state that might be involved. So I'll see what I can catch on a first listen. As I have done throughout this deep dive, I will then check for the lyrics afterwards, so let's give it a listen. This is Strung Out. The tune is Razorblade, and it's from their 2000 album or EP, The Element of Sonic Defiance. Wow. So, yeah, I did not catch a lot of the lyrics there, but I did catch tidbits, and they do maybe suggest one or two of the concepts I thought of in advance. Which is to say, I heard that line about like a reason to live became a reason to die, and then a suggestion it was like something yourself and then destroy yourself. There was a line about it's like another bad luck tale. So it does feel like maybe the narrator's addressing someone else or speaking about another person who is the focus of what has happened here. But yeah, it suggests maybe there is some, self-destruction taking place, if not, what's the right word? Like self-violence. I do wonder, though, if there's more at play. If it's a bad luck tale, then presumably there's unfortunate or negative circumstances or consequences that led up to this moment of self-destruction, or the moment at which a reason to live turned into a reason to die. And maybe it's, the dissolution of a relationship, the passing away of someone else, or a situation in life which felt inescapable or hopeless. But yeah, it does sound like we're dealing with, the heaviest and most, I struggle to find the right word, the futility, the idea of reaching the end of your rope. It feels like that is maybe the psychological place this tune is operating in. Quickly, before I check the actual lyrics, sonically, I enjoy the drums. There's a lot of cycling and rhythmically complex drum sequences in the tune. It does eventually get into full-fledged, fast punk rock mode by the end, but before that it was, and not by any means a ballad, but it had a slightly slower rhythm to it, even if it was very big, sonically overall. So I like the progression and the chronology of the tune. And yeah, there's some cool vocal moments. There's one moment in particular where the emotional desperation really came through in one of the lines. So yeah, it felt vocally like a person, in an extreme emotional state and, maybe facing a wall or backed against the wall. That was the kind of desperation that I heard. But yes, definitely great drum rhythms. Obviously there was that pulsing bass, which at first it was that triple kick drum, or was it the other way around? Yeah, it was the other way around. There was that triple bass line, and then in the next measure the kick drum started doing that same rhythm, and there was that section in the latter stages where the guitar really went into rapid fire melodic flourishing or explosion. So sonically a really cool tune. Let's see what the lyrics actually say. Give me one moment. I did not set this up in advance, but it shouldn't be too hard. Razorblade. Okay. Got a feeling you were alone and on the run. I did hear that line now. I didn't recall it just in the moment, but got a feeling you were alone and on the run with your suitcase filled with razor blades and turpentine. And turpentine, I think it's like a, industrial agent that can corrode things or remove paint or whatever, but I do think it's also used as a poison. Sad eyes of a scarlet glazed in promises made too divine to be real, a runaway too shiftless to know what is wrong, don't make it right. And sometimes I wonder if I knew you, could I change you? Okay, there should be the way they wrote it there, I feel like there should be punctuation. But yeah, sometimes I wonder if I knew you, could I change you? Or would you be the same to me right now? Your reason to live became a reason to die, and now you're gone. Well, there you go. I think about you in black and white, in black, in white. I wonder if that's supposed to be in black and white. Faded news, paint, still life, memory. Oh, so again, it painted still life as a memory, but it's fading, and again, maybe turpentine is sort of a sideways reference there, or a broken body and a cheap perfume disguise. Ouch. Well, I just want to know you found some peace before you left this place, meaning maybe life itself. Well, it's all right to be afraid of what your eyes can't hide. With both hands tied, did you sink yourself? Did you cheat yourself? How did you stray so far to end up here? I do wonder whether the suggestion that someone's not only living on the street, but maybe they're selling their body or something. I'm not sure, because what was the line? The cheap perfume, of a broken body in a cheap perfume disguise. But, well, it's all right to be afraid of what you can't hide, both hands tied. Did you sink yourself? Did you cheat yourself? How did you stray so far to end up here? To know yourself is to destroy yourself, okay? And what you are, you could not hide. The truth is all I have to understand. Sound and bled, instant fame and red. Now you're in the spotlight again, a different tale with a darker twist. No, so maybe I misheard that line. Oh no, I think Big Bad Luck Tale is coming. But yeah, different tale with a darker twist. But for sure you knew that you would always be the star. No lost innocence, because there never was, just you and the world. No fairy tale could ever end like this. It's just another bad luck tale, all used up and on the run from you. On the run from you. Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, there's a suggestion of the other person being a runaway and, being in some bad conditions, but maybe trying to mask it, and a suggestion that maybe they thought they were going to be a star, or they were going to do something for which, there was a desire or an aesthetic quality, but it hasn't turned out that way, and, they have a broken body. But it sounds like maybe by the end they're not actually dead, and I wonder what the state of the narrator is relative to what has happened to this other person. So yeah, there's pieces there that suggest this is a very unfortunate and dark story. I mean, it literally says that, but I don't quite know the scenes, the individual details. So whether Paulie or anyone else, if you have some insight, let me know. But yeah, another cool tune sonically. As I said, I particularly like some of the vocal moments and that guitar intensity in the back third of the tune. All very cool. So in any case, let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.